Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Our current session focuses on language in the USA. I hope and expect by the end of this session you would have a picture of the linguistic scenario of the USA. Well, my dear students, when it comes to the USA, generally a layman's idea, especially in the parts of the world like Pakistan, is that all the people in the USA speak English and they're very fluent in English, and English is the only language they would be able to associate with America. However, over 500 languages are spoken by the US population. The most commonly used language, however, is English, specifically American English, the American variety of English, which can be clearly distinguished from the British variety in terms of vocabulary, pronunciation, semantics, that is the meanings, syntax, that is the structure, and all the other levels. So, American English is also the de facto national language of the United States. Well, since the 1965 Immigration Act, Spanish is the second most commonly used language in the United States. The state government of Louisiana offers services and documents in French, as does New Mexico in Spanish. So, sometimes, alongside English, there are other official languages as well that coexist and co-work. There are many languages indigenous to North America or to the US states or holdings in the Pacific region. Hawaiian, although having few native speakers, is an official language along with English of the state of Hawaii. So the point that I want to prove at this point is that sometimes it's not the number of the speakers that matters. There are other socio-political factors that matter. So in the case of Hawaii language, for example, though the number of speakers of Hawaii is very less as compared to many other languages, but it has the status of official language alongside English in the state of Hawaii for political and for, state choice reasons. Alaska recognizes English and 20 native languages as official. This is again a very interesting fact that more than 20 or more than 20 languages as official language are used simultaneously. Whereas most of the times countries have 1, 2, or maximum 3 languages as official languages. Well, my dear students, since the United States of America is a huge combination of different small states, so there is a huge variety of languages. I'm going to share some of those. You can have a look at the screen where I'm going to share a survey of American Community Survey 2016, which has shown how children age +5 onwards, what are the languages that are spoken in the United States. If you look at the screen, people who speak English only, who do not use any other language, the number is 237.8 million. When it comes to Spanish, those who speak Spanish, the number is 40.5 million. Chinese is the third number. It is spoken by 3.4 million people. Tagalog is spoken by 1.7 million people. In the same way, Vietnamese is spoken by 1.5 million people. Arabic, by the way, is spoken by 1.2 million people in the USA. French language, the number is equal to Arabic, that is 1.2 million. If we continue with this, Korean is spoken by 1.1 million people, Russian by 0.91 million people, German is equal to, Russian, that is 0.91 million people. Haitian Creole is spoken by 0.86 million, that is quite closer to German and Russian. And Hindi is spoken by 0.81 million people. Well, my dear students, the survey that I have referred to has actually given the details of 32 languages it has provided the data of that. However, I have just shared the ones that are at the top, and that would interest you more. Apart from all this linguistic diversity and multiplicity of language choices that are available and they use, English is the primary language that is used for certain purposes. What are the purposes that it is used for? It is used for the purposes of legislation, it is used for the purposes of regulations, executive orders, treaties, federal court rulings, and all other official pronouncements. So for all the formal official government processes, English is the language that is mostly used. When it comes to the official status of language, out of 50 states, 30 have established English as the only official language. For the rest of the states, English is one of the official languages, and there are other official languages alongside. So, for example, as I have said earlier, Hawaii has recognized Hawaii alongside English as an official language. And Alaska has made 20 more languages, 20 languages as official languages. So a lot of languages are used for the purposes of official correspondence. So the linguistic picture is very complicated and complex when it comes to the United States of America.